You know, in the world of DeFi, it feels like we see new apps and tokens pop up every single day. But what about the stuff that actually holds it all together, the core infrastructure underneath it all? Well, today, we're diving into a project that isn't just building another app. They're building the foundational blocks for the entire ecosystem. This is Atlas. So let's just start with this big question. What if DeFi wasn't so fragmented and kind of inefficient? I mean, right now, your capital gets locked up in staking, so you can't use it anywhere else. And liquidity for trading, it's split across dozens of different platforms. It creates all this friction, right? And frankly, it's a huge headache for all of us. This is the exact problem Atlas is setting out to solve. So Atlas is tackling this piece by piece. Their first building block, it goes straight for one of the biggest sources of inefficiency out there: staking. If you've ever staked a token like ADA, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Your capital is tied up, earning rewards, which is great, but it's completely illiquid. You can't do anything else with it. Atlas is designed to unlock all that trapped value. The magic behind this is a really clever concept called yield tokenization. The best way to wrap your head around it is to think of it like a rental property. You own the building, that's your principal, and it generates monthly rent, that's your yield. Well, yield tokenization lets you sell the rights to your future rent for, say, the next year to someone else, while you still keep ownership of the building. You literally get two separate tradable assets from your one original investment. Okay, so how does this actually play out in the real world? Well, it's a super simple four-step flow. You wrap your ADA, and then you split it into a principal token, the PT, and a yield token, the YT. And this is where the fun begins, because now you've got options. Let's say you think staking rewards might go down. Well, you can sell your yield token right now to lock in today's rates. Or maybe you're super bullish, you can buy up yield tokens from other people to basically leverage your bet on future rewards. It just opens up a whole new playbook of financial strategies. All right, so that's building block number one. Pretty cool, right? But Atlas is not a one-trick pony. They're already looking ahead, tackling the next big problem that's just around the corner for traders on Cardano, the future of perpetuals trading. And here's the thing that's about to happen. As more and more platforms for perpetuals trading launch on Cardano, which is awesome, by the way, liquidity is going to get spread thin. It's going to fragment. Traders are going to have to jump between a bunch of different sites just to find the best price, and the liquidity pools are going to be shallower everywhere. It's a classic case of growth leading to inefficiency. So what's the Atlas solution? Are they going to build another competing platform to just add to the noise? No way. Instead, they're building an aggregation layer that sits on top of all of them. The slide puts it perfectly, honestly. Think Dex Hunter, but for perps. It's such a simple but incredibly powerful idea. Atlas just automatically finds you the best price for your trade by checking everywhere at once. So for any trader out there, the big question is, what's in it for me? Well, the benefits are crystal clear. You get better pricing because you're tapping into deeper combined liquidity. And that, of course, means lower slippage on your trades. Best of all, you get this all through one single, unified interface, which makes managing your risk so much simpler. You don't have to guess where the best deal is. Atlas just finds it for you. Okay, so we've got these two really powerful building blocks, but what's the keystone that holds it all together? Well, that would be the Atlas token. This is the engine that powers the whole protocol and connects both of its revenue streams. And this slide right here really lays out the genius of their business model. See, Atlas has two completely distinct ways to make money: fees from the yield trading markets and revenue from the perps aggregator. This creates a really robust, diversified model where the protocol earns money from both yield strategies and raw trading volume. Now let's talk tokenomics. The total supply is just 30 million, which is pretty tight. But the number that really jumps off the page, 60%. 60% of the total supply is allocated to the public sale. That is a massive signal of their commitment to decentralization and getting the token into the community's hands from day one. And the team's allocation has a 6-month cliff and linear vesting, so you know they're in it for the long haul. But what's the real utility? What makes you want to hold this token? This is it. 100%. 100% of the net protocol profits are distributed directly to Atlas stakers. It honestly doesn't get more direct than that. The success of the entire protocol, from both yield trading and perps aggregation, is shared directly with the people who hold and stake the token. Okay, the vision is clear. The tech is smart, so the next logical question is, how do I get in on this? Let's break down the blueprint for their upcoming launch. So, the presale is being hosted by their partners over at Pillar, and it's a classic first-come, first-served deal, so you'll want to get these dates in your calendar. It all kicks off on March 10th, and it only runs for 4 days, ending on March 14th. Getting in is designed to be super accessible. ADA is the main way to go, and it'll be available throughout the whole sale. But they've also thrown in a couple of other optional ways to participate if you happen to be holding Midnight or IAG tokens. And I think this quote from the team really just sums up their entire philosophy. This is not a speculative launch. It is the rollout of infrastructure designed to compound over time. I mean, that tells you everything, right? They're not playing for short-term hype. They're focused on building foundational, long-lasting tools for the ecosystem. Which really brings us to our final thought here. Atlas is starting with 2 of the absolute biggest opportunities in DeFi right now: yield tokenization and perpetuals aggregation. By positioning themselves as these core infrastructure builders, it really leaves you with one fascinating question to ponder. With yield and perp solved, what market will Atlas optimize next?